Welcome back everyone to the second episode of my Ironman progress. So I just got myself 40 fishing about a minute ago, and I'm now fishing lobsters. And I thought it would be a good time to show you guys what my goals are for this account for the meantime. And I tried to record this a couple times, and then the recording's like 5 minutes long of me just talking about these goals. So I'm literally just gonna read through them, and if I absolutely have to, then I will quickly explain why I'm doing those things. Before I do that though, I just want to say a huge thank you for the first episode of the tremendous support. Almost 100 likes in the first 24 hours, which has never happened in one of my videos before, which is pretty crazy. And then also all the comments that I have received on that video. So thank you guys for leaving comments. I do enjoy reading them and then also replying to them. So let's start off with the short-term goals. I would like to finish most free-to-play quests. Questing stuff will not happen in this episode, just a FYI. 30 defense, which I was thinking about doing from questing, but I'm just going to train defense with magic. It'll be a little bit faster, I suppose. 43 prayer, combat academy lamps, which will happen towards the end of this episode. And lots of fishing for food. I just want to have a good supply of food. I guess I'll try to save up to at least 1,000 lobsters so I don't have to go back to fishing every single day. And start Slayer once I am 40 combat. So realistically, I should have 40 combat once I reach 43 prayer. And for whatever reason, if I'm 39 combat or something, then if I can get 15 defense, I should be able to get 40 combat for the Edgeville Slayer Master. Moving quickly along to the midterm goals, 60 magic for the Mage Arena staff. I don't know which one to get. I was just going to originally go with the Saradomin one, but I know the Gothics one has the best special attack, which I don't know if that's really worth getting because that's used for mainly high tier bossing. 50 attack, and then right after that buy a Rune Scimitar and the offhand Rune Scimitar, and also complete Dragon Slayer. So I should be able to complete Dragon Slayer easily once I get 50 attack. Arty Cape 1, honestly, there's no real use to it. I just want to get the Arty Cape 1. It has unlimited teleports right to an altar, so if I have to use an altar a lot, then this will come in handy for sure. Evil Dave's Big Day Out was suggested by Nime in, I think, in-game, and it gives a crap ton of XP with somewhat low requirements. I think there's 3 stats. I have to get to 30, which shouldn't be too difficult to get, so I'll do that later on. Also, 46 thieving for Gullible Tourist. This is in Menopause, and apparently this gives you a lot of cash, so this might be my money-making method to get some cash to buy the Rune Scimitar and the offhand. That was also suggested by Nime. Deathmatch now is for the small rune pouch, which holds 2 runes, and then maybe the tier 65 gear. I say maybe because the gear degrades after 1,000 uses, or 100,000 uses, I mean. So I don't know if it's really worth getting the tier 65 gear. It really depends how long it takes to actually get it, and that was suggested by Yipe. Long-term goals, these aren't going to happen anytime soon, obviously, but 80 Dungeoneering for a chaotic staff because I want to mainly focus with magic on this account because magic is pretty good. Fur Cape, I was having a hard time having this on the midterm or the long term. I'm just going to stick at the long term because I don't know what level I'll be able to complete the Fur Cape. It'd just be cool to have, honestly. Get the Slayer helmet eventually, and then complete the Throne of a Miscellanea quest for getting a lot of herbs and logs. Knocking out one midterm goal already, so I am currently at Deathmatch, and just to quickly explain something real quick, with those goals that I just showed you, that's not all the goals I have for this account. That was written in 5 or 10 minutes, just quickly thinking about things I want to do on this account. There's obviously a ton of stuff on this game that I have to do. Gowers 1, get all the gear there, do Prif, that sort of stuff. So there's things I obviously missed, but the midterm goal that I wanted to finish quickly, and I'm glad I did, was Deathmatch. So you pretty much honestly have to boost for this nowadays because no one plays this, and that's what I did, and I got a lot of help with Yipe. He was the one that also suggested to get the tier 65 gear with the small rune pouch, and he also helped me out getting the points to unlock them. So a huge shout out to Yipe. Thank you very much for helping me out for about an hour to get the points I need, along with Fumes that went on his Skiller account and helped me out for a few games as well. The rune pouch costs 600 points, and it can hold 2 runes at a time. The tier 65 gear was 300 points, and that degrades to dust after 100,000 charges. So it's nice to get those out of the way, and I should realistically have tier 70 or tier 75 gear once the tier 65 gear degrades. I'm about to train Slayer for the very first time, but before I go ahead and get my first assignment, gotta do the Varrock Museum, get the free 9 Slayer along with a 9 Hunter. So I'm gonna go to Edgeville right now, and I really hope I can get at least a decent task, because I know if you do Slayer below 40 combat, you can get some pretty annoying tasks, and I hope that's not the case for the Edgeville Slayer Master. Let's see what my first assignment is. And 64 Ankus. Honestly, that's not a bad one, so I'll take that for sure. This was such a nice task to get for my very first one, so I just ended the task, got myself 34 magic from that, but most importantly, I am now up to 43k cash in the coin pouch. It's going to be so helpful because I've been slacking on runes. I was like down to like below 10k cash before getting here, and I ended up getting 32.4k cash just from those 46 Anakus. And that's going to help a ton because I can buy a lot more runes now, and I don't really have to worry about getting a lot of cash for my supplies for magic. But from that task alone, I ended up getting 21 Slayer, 24 defense, and also 34 magic. So I'm getting defense up as well because I want to get 30, since that's one of my short-term goals too. 49 crocodiles. I know they're in the desert. I really don't know if that's a terrible task. I really hope they're not that difficult to kill. And I just, it's going to suck because I just don't want to go to the desert, honestly. 30 defense. So the reason why I wanted to get 30, because I just want to upgrade my gear a little bit. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to my beautiful Pathfinder, and I'm going to be upgrading to the Batwing gear now. Here's the new gear. Don't know why I'm at like 10 FPS again, but all I need to upgrade now is the cape, which is why I want to get the Arctic Cape 1. Just have something different. I've been holding this off for quite a bit of time, but since I want to start the Slayer grind for this episode and get some good levels from doing Slayer, I need to finally just cook all my food that I have in my bank. So since I am 55 fishing, I do have quite a bit of raw supplies in my bank. So I gathered up 1,534 raw lobsters. For the majority of those lobsters, I've fished at the Crown Chest spot. There's also a guy that's like northeast of the spot where you fish lobsters. He notes your lobsters for you. I've been doing that method, but recently I switched to Catherby because it's very close to banks. I'll check back in with you guys in a second after I cook everything, and I'm really curious to see how many lobsters I do end up burning, because low-level cooking, you burn a crap ton of stuff. So I really hope that I'm left with like at least 1,000 lobsters. This is the last inventory of lobster that I have to cook. It took about 2 hours, like 2 hours and 5 minutes to cook everything. And now I am 55 cooking, same with fishing, started at 26 cooking. And just to check out how many lobsters I burnt from the 1,534, I burnt almost 400, and I have 1,100 lobsters. So I am pretty much set for quite a bit of time. But if I do have to AFK something, I more than likely will go back to fishing because it's very useful, obviously, and I will need to get a lot of food. 40 magic now, so that is not a bad level at all. So after I complete this ice giant task, I will move on to train a tiny bit of a melee just to level those up a little bit. And also the plan is to end up getting 40 defense too, since I do need to get 65 defense with the gear that I got from Deathmatch. I didn't realize I was this close to the prayer level that I wanted to complete in this episode. I also got 32 Slayer, which is pretty cool. I might end up stopping Slayer at 40 or maybe 45. It really depends how much I play today, because I want to have this video out. But 43 prayer. Now I have all the protection prayers, which is very nice, and I should be able to complete quite a few quests that I was not able to complete beforehand. Oh man, this is annoying. So I just got myself the Harpy Bug Swarm task. I need to get the Bug Lantern, and in order to light the Bug Lantern, you need a 33 fire making, and I'm now at 6. So I have to go do some wood cutting and get my fire making up, which is so annoying. But it's easy, but just the small things like this is a little bit annoying because I really just want to grind some Slayer. This task is not fun at all. So bad. But since I got 40 defense, I can now wear this adamant, and hopefully this task will be a little bit easier because I am just getting absolutely destroyed when I don't have my protection prayers and I have to bank quite a bit. So I look like a beast, don't I? It's so cool having low tier gear like this. But I have 51 left, and please just do not give me this task again. It's just so bad. Combat Academy is all wrapped up now, so I have 100% progress and time to get all the XP lamps. So I think I should get 21. And here's all the reward books. Every single one is going to be in Herblore because it's very important on Ironman. One of the only good ways to get it up at the beginning levels, doing it this way. So each time I'm leveling it up, you can see that I'm getting a little bit more XP, which is why I waited a little bit of time to do this. And let's see, right now I am 24 Herbler, so hopefully I'll be able to get to 30. That's the goal I want to get, I guess, from these. And the last book will give me 999 XP, and I am now at 32 Herblore. Let's see if I unlocked anything important with potion-wise. I think 34 is prayer potions, right? So I'm just a couple off that. Oh, it's 38. Okay. It's been a while. Looks like I'm going to be wrapping up the episode here today, guys. I fell a little bit short on my goal for Slayer. Whenever I have a bad sleeping schedule, it's really hard for me to play, and I'm currently on a very, very bad sleeping schedule. I go through the same cycle every single time. Like, I'm in a normal sleeping schedule for like 2 weeks, and then the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm just waking up at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., and then right at 5 p.m. on certain days, I have to go right to work, so it kind of sucks, and I don't really play much when I have this bad sleeping schedule. Here's a quick gander at my bank. There's nothing really impressive in it. Just a lot of junk up here, my food supply. And then I'm trying to keep all my Slayer stuff in this tab at the moment. I'm probably going to move my herb stuff, my charms, to a different tab eventually when I have to, but there's not that much in this tab right now. Got some ores and stuff that most of this is kind of useless for me at the moment. I've done a total of 6 Slayer tasks. I have like 4 Slayer points. So at least I started to get a tiny bit of Slayer points from my tasks now. Along with my stats. Oh, whoa. Okay. My total level is 666. That's pretty awesome. That's a nice way to end, I guess. But I'm 37 Slayer. I'm close to 38 and realistically really close to 40. And I'm going to get 40 strength in the next episode really quick as well. And then once I get 40 strength, I'm going to strictly go right back to magic only and not train defense with it. So I want to get to like 55 magic because of high elks. There's nothing really I can high elk yet, but it'd be nice to have that unlocked. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I should have a main account video up maybe a day or 2 after this one. So thank you guys for watching. You can leave a like on the video. You can also subscribe for more RuneScape 3 content, and you can also follow my Twitter. The link is always down below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.